Alright, so full disclosure, I've never played a Telltale game before. And I know that's frowned upon in the gamer community, but I just always found them boring. Just wasn't my cup of tea. But Dispatch came out on PS5 and it piqued my interest. So I was like, why not do my first review on a genre I don't like? And honestly, I thought I was going to be able to really roast this game because I didn't care for the style, but now I think I like Telltale games. So, what's Dispatch? Dispatch is a game where you play Robert Robertson, an ex-superhero, who is now stuck behind a desk dispatching heroes across the city to fight crime or complete different missions. But these heroes aren't actually heroes, they're reformed villains that are trying to become superheroes. So think of it as Great Value Suicide Squad has a baby with the office, and that baby needs therapy. Alright, first let's talk about visuals. Visually, this game is super clean. It's got that classic comic book style pop, but with some really slick animation. The camera work, the transitions, it all feels like an interactive show. It feels like I'm playing through like an episode of Invincible, which I love. Invincible is one of my favorites. So that made it really easy to stay engaged. As someone who's new to the Telltale style series or genre, I really appreciate this because I have a hard time staying focused or engaged. I have really bad ADHD, so I can't stay focused on anything for very long. And this, I don't know, there's just something about the graphics, the visual quality, where it just, it kept me wanting to see more, wanting to watch more, wanting to play more. So really well done. Visuals, I'll probably give like an 8 out of 10. Next, we'll talk about the voice acting and the writing. The writing really got me. The dialogue is funny, it's sharp, and it actually feels human. Nobody's spouting superhero nonsense, none of the cliche stuff, and if they do, they get made fun of for it, which I find hilarious and I appreciate. For the most part, they talk like real people who are just overworked and underpaid just with superpowers, which is pretty cool. As far as the voice acting goes, the cast, they got Aaron Paul, Jesse from Breaking Bad. He's killing it. He's the main protagonist in the story. I'm really enjoying that. I know Young Gravy's in here, and I know they have a bunch of YouTubers on here. I don't watch a lot of YouTubers, so I'm not really familiar with them, but I'm excited to see how they do. What else? Yeah, it's just the humor, all of it's just on point. They really the timing's perfect, so they did a really good job, especially for like a first timer to this kind of storytelling. I didn't really expect to care about these characters or to really care about the story, but it snuck up on me, which was it was a nice surprise. Overall, I give the writing and the dialogue and all that, I give that an 8 out of 10 as well. It's super solid. Like I said, it's a nice surprise for my first Telltale game. So, yeah. Another thing they did really well was the music on this game. The soundtrack so far has been phenomenal. Every song that they've played so far has just been a vibe. The intro song, the outro song, the music that they have when they're like doing the flyovers of the city, like it's just, I really like it. It gives me, again, we go back to like the Invincible vibes. They had a really good soundtrack too. It's solid. I appreciate it. I like it. They're doing good. Keep doing good. So Dispatch does a lot of things right. It really nails its tone almost every time. It's funny when it needs to be. It's serious when it wants to hit you in the feels, which was surprising. But it never overstays its welcome. Like I said earlier, the timing is always on point. They don't really miss. The artwork, the voice acting, the writing, it's all just really well constructed and fits together perfectly. They did a really great job. It's also refreshing to play a superhero game that isn't about fighting. to get a different take or a new perspective into the superhero world is pretty cool. I would have never thought that they had a dispatch operator that needed to send out superheroes to these different missions. You always think that they just know and they just go to whatever is going on, whatever troubles happen in the city. But I really like what they did here, and the fact that they turned it into a little bit of a strategy game is even better. I can really appreciate that. Now, I'm not saying this game's perfect. It's not. There's not a ton of gameplay variety, and sometimes it feels like you're literally just watching a show on your PlayStation, and you get to push X every once in a while. So if you're someone that needs to be, pressing buttons every 5 seconds or needs to be doing something every so often, this might not be for you. And another thing that I wasn't familiar with was these games drop in episodes. So only episode 1 and 2 were out, and I couldn't believe it at first. And my buddy's like, "Yeah, dude, they drop episodes every so often, like on a weekly basis." Like, well, I hate that for myself. Don't like that. So that was a turn off. And I really wish that they would have done something where you can stay dispatching without having to be in the episode. Like a dispatch mode where you're just constantly doing like the strategy side of things. Like that would definitely give it more replayability and make you want to play it a lot more often. But the only time you really get to do the strategy stuff is when you're in the episode, which I don't like that. Like, I want to play the game. You have a great idea. You have a great, thing going. Like, let me play it. I really want to enjoy it. But yeah, so that was yeah, boo on that stuff. I don't really care for that. So yeah. So truthfully, I was really hoping to hate this game. I thought, perfect, I'll do my first review and just pick this game apart. But then the writing hooked me, the music hit, and the whole thing was just a vibe. So that backfired. As for my first Telltale experience and my first review overall, this one genuinely surprised me. Dispatch is creative, it's emotional, and it's unique enough to stand out in a sea of recycled bullshit. So I appreciate that. I'm giving it a 7.5 out of 10, maybe higher once the rest of the episodes drop. But yeah, I fell in love with this game, and I really didn't want to. So yeah. All right, so let me know what y'all think of Dispatch in the comments, and hit that like button if you enjoyed this, and make sure you subscribe because I'll probably be doing more review videos in the future. Appreciate y'all hanging out this long. Peace.
She wants to help us out.